I really, really feel, and I think this is a good lesson, I've listened to music almost definitely as much, if not more, than I've actually played music. I've taught many drummers who don't really listen to music, but they want to play drums. That's like the reverse that what you need to do. You need to listen to music first, and then hopefully try to perform it. I'm Pat Petrillo, and I am on the faculty, the drum faculty here at Lake House. My first drum set was probably, how old are you when you were like in 4th or 5th grade? Whatever you are there, and it was just a real, like a pawn shop drum set. Is, you know, probably a Japanese model. was a real thing, and one cymbal, and you know, and I'd put the record on and and just play. And my mom got me involved in a local drum corps, so I started learning my rudiments, everything by rote. I couldn't really read that well, so the drum corps thing really helped my coordination and my technique and my rudiments. But then I'd come home and I'd put on my, you know, my James Brown 8-track or my Beatles record. So by the time I was later in high school looking for college, my musical tastes were pretty broad at that point. I had a very good technical facility. I could read okay, and my ear was starting to hear things better. And I knew that music in some way had to be part of what I did, because that's really the best thing that I had going for me. And I applied for a few different places, and Morehead State in Kentucky was the one that offered me a pretty nice scholarship, and they have a fantastic percussion programs.
The rudiments which we will review in this session were based on the standard 26 rudiments developed by the National Association of Rudimental Drummers and expanded upon by the Percussive Arts Society International Drum Rudiment Committee.
In 1986-87, I was a couple years out of college, and I was back home, and I was teaching, I was studying at Drummers Collective, and then started to do some lessons there too. And it happened one day, there was this new thing called instructional videos. So Rob Wallace from DCI Music Video he knew that I was in drum corps, and I had all my rudiments down, and I was a DCI snare drum guy. And he basically very casually asked me one day in the elevator, "Hey, you want to make a video?" I said, "Yeah, sure." It's okay, let's talk about it tomorrow. Okay, see ya.
To summarize what we've covered, we've touched upon the basic rudiments which make up the Percussive Arts Society International Drum Rudiments.
So it was from '87, and that sold like thousands. I mean, my people come today saying, "I learned my rudiments from you when I was 10 years old." Played some cool places with Gloria Gaynor, Indonesia, Russia, played Moscow. That was interesting. Nothing like playing in Asbury Park at the Stone Pony, though, I gotta tell you. That crowd, you feel that energy, man, is great. So Asbury's got its own thing. I invent things. Yes, I do.
Hi, we're here today with Zildjian artist Pat Petrillo.
I think the first thing that I designed was my practice pad, which is the P4 practice pad, which is distributed by Drumeo, and this came out of necessity. Then I have the practice station, which is a place to keep your practice pad. It has a built-in music stand.
Is your practice space disorganized and cluttered? You just can't seem to get everything where you need it? Well, I have a solution. Hi, I'm Pat Petrillo, and this is the practice station.
It's like an organizer. You know your kitchen organizers? You know, the little things you keep all your stuff? Again, never been done before, so it's just an idea that I had, and you know, my wife helped me sketch it out, and that's being manufactured and now is on Amazon as well. And then a bunch of years ago, over 10 years ago now, believe it or not, I designed a ride cymbal in conjunction with Zildjian.
And we're here to introduce the 21-inch K-Custom organic ride.
It's been out for a while now, I think about 5 years, and it's one of their best-selling ride cymbals. I started hearing about Lake House. I've seen some of my friends record here. And then I just did a little search and I said, what's this place about? And I said, wow, it's like a full-blown school. This is great. So I just kind of reached out to Ben Marino and I introduced myself and said, you know, if there's any way that you could utilize what I offer, feel free to let me know. And we just started talking. I came down and got a tour of the place, and I don't think there's any place in New Jersey that does anything like this in terms of the opportunities that the students have, not just educationally in learning their instrument, but in the interaction and then learning how to record themselves in a studio, and great, teachers and players. We're going to do more classes, so if anybody's interested in doing more rudiment class or stuff like that, we're going to start one coming up here in the spring, I believe. So.